What's going on, guys? PixCam20 back in with a brand new video. I'm just gonna cut the fluff. We're just gonna jump right into it. This guy is one of the worst drivers I have ever seen on the game, and one of the dirtiest drivers I've seen on this game, especially for a top rank lobby. So not sure what was his deal. He ran really fast. He had a really good qualifying lap. He was running in second, and just for some reason he just lost it on the second lap and decided to take everybody out, and throughout the race he was just taking people out left and right. So not sure if he let his little brother play or his little sister or what happened, or if he was just off his meds or something, but he decided to take everybody out, and this is going to be the result here. So we're just going to jump right into it. If you guys really enjoy the content, please subscribe, leave a like, and yeah, let's jump into this race. As we jump into the race now, we get our 3, 2, 1, and away we go as we're setting our brake bias 2-2 to the rear. Starting right behind the Canadian in 8th place, we cross the start-finish line to get us to the first lap here, as one of the cars ahead is swerving left and right to get some heat in his tires. Again, we are starting on the hards, so the plan is to run these hards all the way to the end of the race. You can do it, you just have to be sure that you don't overdrive the car. You're able to keep the tires, you know, pretty good on the tire wear, and you should be able to make it all the way to the end of the race without too much trouble. You might lose about a second and a half of time, but it's better to stay on the track because you lose more time on the pit. So that's gonna be our strategy here. A couple of guys ahead are probably using the medium, so we just got to keep aware of that. If they are ahead of us going faster, then most likely they are using the mediums. But going into the ASUS for the very first time, you can see right here that 6th place decides to just take himself out, go straight into the wall, and that is a free, easy position for us, so thank you very much, as we are staying right here with the 6th place driver in the Viper. Staying right behind him on the slipstream as we go towards the right-hander. Just going to stay right behind him and follow him here as we head into the final corner. So on the final corner, take a little peek onto the inside. Too much of an optimistic move to make a move onto the inside, so we just let him go through, fast forward past the start-finish line, go to our second lap here as we head into the first chicane. On turn number 2 and turn number 3 here, you see that there's contact between the Aston Martin and the Viper. Viper goes out wide, and we are able to make the overtake on the Viper, capitalize on that mistake that the Aston Martin did, and we are now promoted into 6th place. So 2 positions in 2 laps. We'll take it right now as we're heading to this hairpin here on the right hand side. So going into the hairpin, there's a car that gets pushed out wide as we get a yellow flag, and you can see right there he's spinning back onto the track. It's one of the Vipers. As you can see, the culprit right ahead of us has a penalty, and you can see he runs into another car, rams him out of the way. There's another car that gets victimized by the Lamborghini up in 2nd place. So 2-car takeout in the span of 1 straight, and we are now promoted into 4th place as the Aston Martin is trying to take a peek onto the inside, trying to risk his chances here. He gets taken out, goes into the inside into the Pirelli walls. He gets taken out now. 3 cars in 1 lap, and is he gonna take us out here as he tries to brake very, very early, tries to take us out, going into the right-hander, and he fails miserably. We're able to take evasive action, avoid getting caught up by his mistakes or his craziness, and we are now promoted into 2nd place here as we jump into the replay. So let's just see exactly what happened here that started all this. So he makes a little bit of contact with BS Rider, going into these 2 right-handers, just forces him down. BS Rider forces him out wide a little bit, but he decides to retaliate, shift onto the inside, and just spins him right out, kicks him right out. As you can see that there's a blue Viper trying to make a move onto the outside now, and he decides to just force him out, slams him into the wall, and the poor Aston Martin right behind him takes him out, or he takes him out as well. Going into the right hand, you can see that he tried to brake check us, and we expertly avoided him as we just slowed the car down, went to the left hand side, gassed it back up, brake, and we have survived. A terrible driver right there. One of the worst things I've ever seen on this game, and just happens to be someone from the United States, of course. So we are now promoted into 2nd place, and just focusing on our race here, as luckily we are miles away from the Lamborghini. So just focusing here as we head into the ASUS for the 3rd time as we are on the 3rd lap. We have a car right behind us that is catching up to us, so he's on our left-hand side here as we go into the right-hander. He's going to try to make a move onto the outside, as we actually have 2 cars right behind us. Taking the inside line, defending our position here as we head into the right-hander. The Aston Martin goes a little bit wide, so we almost made contact with him, but we're able to hold it together. And now they're going side by side right behind us. So 2 cars going into the chicane of death usually doesn't work out well. What's going to happen here is one of them decides to back out there, so smartly backs out. and no victims here on the chicane of death, as we're able to just find our way up into second place and just stay away from these guys as we jump back in with the Lamborghini. Our friend the Lamborghini, don't ever change, as we are now heading into the final corner. So on the final corner here, the SMR on the inside does take a look onto the inside of us, but backs out of it, as we were not going to be able to make it into the corner there. Just kind of defend our position really well, but we are getting forced onto the right hand side as the SMR gets a really great run down the straight. He's on our inside here as we head into the first chicane, and you can see he's able to make the overtake on us now, as that invites the 4th place driver to try to make a move onto the left hand side, and he's able to make the overtake on us here. So the Viper and the Audi TT were both able to make the overtake on us. We lose 2 positions here, demoted back into 4th place, but at least we're still in the hunt for a podium. So we're just looking, keeping an eye on the Audi TT, since he does have a front wheel drive car. Usually that means that the car is going to lose tire wear a lot faster than us, since the front wheel drive does have really bad tire wear, as we get a little bit of lag there. Scared me actually on the race. I thought these guys actually went to the left hand side and ran straight into the wall, so I thought I was going to get an easy second place just because of that, but it was just lag there. So we're just advancing forward here as we're staying right behind the Audi TT. Moving to the left hand side, we get a good slipstream down the straight here as we head into turn number 2. Keep it on to the inside. We're going side by side as we're trying to pinch him out, and we're able to do so here as he gives us a lot of space, a lot of respect right there, as we're able to get back our 3rd place position, as we get an update now on our friendly Lamborghini. Thank you so much for that update, Mr. Lamborghini, as we now fast forward up here into lap number 5. Staying right behind 2nd place as he is in our sights. We're kind of just staying right behind him, seeing if we can keep up with his pace, but I think he's on the medium, so if he is on the medium, that's going to be beneficial towards us. But unfortunately, this Audi TT came here to race, as we are now going side by side heading to the right-hander. We get a really great run on the exit, and we make a little bit of contact with him, but nothing too bad. So he's able to hold off his 3rd place position here, as we are right behind him going into chicane of death. Going into chicane of death, we get through it very cleanly, as we almost make contact with the right-hand side of the wall, but we get a great exit compared to the Audi TT, and we now shift onto the right-hand side by side once again. This is probably the 3rd or 4th time we tried overtaking him on this race. We're able to complete the pass on the inside, but we kind of park on the apex, so we don't allow him to get a cutback. But in doing so, we kind of get a really bad exit, and the Audi TT just goes back into our slipstream, goes onto the right-hand side, and we're going to cross the start-finish line side by side once again. It's going to be a drag race going into the 2nd corner. Who's going to win this drag race, and who's going to brake as late as they can as we go into the left-hander? We try to brake as late as we can compared to the Audi TT, and he just is able to pinch us out on the right-hand side. And he does get a bad exit here, so we're still side by side here, losing a lot of time to the 2nd place driver, as I thought I saw the 5th place driver catch up to us, but again, we're just dealing with some lag here. 3rd place is able to get the position here as we back out of the move, and we almost just kill ourselves right there running into that wall. So we got very, very lucky there, as I was able to just make a last-minute flick to the left-hand side, and we avoid making contact with the wall, as that would have just ended our race there. And luckily we're able to continue fighting with the Audi TT here as we go into the S's. Again, he just gets a really bad exit, so I'm assuming that his tires are now starting to fade out a lot here, as the front wheel drive cars, again, just they do not do well with this tire wear. So it's a long 10 lap race. It doesn't seem like the Audi TT is going to be able to last the entire length here, as we make contact with him going into the right hand side. Back out of the throttle there, because I didn't want to make the overtake by making contact with him, so we give him the spot back. But in doing so, you can see 5th place is now creeping up to us, as he has less than a second gap away from us, as we come out again once again on the chicane of death. Almost a replay of the lap prior. We're on the inside of the Audi TT, and he's going to pinch us down, but he decides to go all the way to the left hand side, brake as late as he can, but holds it off on the outside as we go side by side off of the corner. We get the better grip though, as we do have a better tire right now than the Audi TT, and he decides to just go into the pits. So things are getting a little bit quiet here. Let's check up on our friendly Lamborghini and see what he's up to. Well, bad luck for everybody else that's right behind us. That's to deal with that Lamborghini, as we're now heading to the very first corner on lap number 7. We just fast forward up here into the S's, as things got a little bit quiet here just for a minute, but once again the 4th place driver is catching up to us, and he is coming with a full head of steam, blocking him on the right hand side. We do our first initial defense here, as we're gonna have to hold off the right hand side. We decide to cover the inside going into the right-hander and try to park it on the apex, but the car right behind does get a great cutback, gets a really great exit here, and the Viper is able to make the overtake on us as we get demoted back into 4th place now. So all that fighting that we did with the Audi TT just destroyed our tire wear, but not only that, it just lost us a lot of time where it was able to catch up that Viper to us and make the overtake on us. So still not out of this race here, as one of the cars right ahead of us, it was actually the Aston Martin, came in on the medium, switched off to the hards, and you can see now we are on lap number 9 in the podium. So can we hold off our spot here, as we're now starting to get pressure from the 4th place driver. The 4th place driver goes on our left hand side. He gets a really great entrance going into the right-hander, but the exit was poor, so we're able to hold him off on the exit and go into the chicane of death on the podium so far, avoiding making contact with these walls. We've been able to do that the entire race. We're able to get through it cleanly once again. All we have to do is just make one more consistent lap and just avoid the chicane of death just one more time, and we should be able to hold off our position and keep it onto the podium. So on the final corner here, leading us onto the straight for what's gonna probably be our final time here, yeah, get a great run. Just keep it here as we are trying to break the toe, go into the right hand side, gonna go back to the left hand side, keeping an eye on the Viper right behind us to see if he's running the same line as us, and it looks like he's doing so here, so he can get into the slipstream, but a little too far back to make the overtake. We just take the normal racing line here, go a little bit wide, as our tires again are just now dead here as we come out of turn number 3, about 0.4 of a second ahead of the 4th place driver as we come out of the S's. We're able to hold off our gap here as we are now going into the right hand side into chicane of death for the final time. You can see he's right behind us, but again, just not close enough to make the overtake. He does get into our radar as we do get a really bad entrance into the corner, but right behind him, he's getting pressure from the 5th place driver as he actually bumps him out wide, and the Aston Martin gets demolished right there from the Viper. Not sure what that was all about, but that's going to be beneficial towards us, as that just killed him on some time there, and we're able to just extend our gap by about 0.6 of a second as we go into the replay here. Aston Martin gets a really great run on the outside. Everything looks clean here, but the red Viper decides to just ram him into the wall, and the Aston Martin loses a bunch of time, and so does the Viper, and that's going to be an easy 3rd place for us now, as we just have clear sailing all the way from here till the start finish line. Just have to go through one more corner here as we get a little bit loose because of our tires, but we're able to make the corner on the entrance and on the exit, and we're gonna hold off our 3rd place here and finish this race on the podium. Not too shabby, especially after dealing with the Lamborghini and dealing with all the chaos that was going on in the middle of the race with the Audi TT and the car that's right behind us. At least we're able to not be involved in anybody else's mess, and we get an easy 3rd place position here in our Dodge Viper Group 4. So really interesting race. Again, I don't know what was wrong with that Lamborghini. He's got to go to, get his mental checked out, because that was some hideous racing, some horrendous racing, and some very dirty tactics. I don't know why he decided to just start ramming everybody, but I think in total he rammed about 6, almost 7 cars if we include ourselves. But yeah, I don't know, he's got to take a break away from the GT Sport. So let me know if you guys had any incidents around here around Dragon Trails and how exactly you guys are handling this week, and if you guys have ran across this guy, if he's done the same thing in your guys' lobby, let me know in the comments down below. But if you guys really enjoyed the video, which I'm assuming you guys did since you guys made it to the end of the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps out the channel when you guys do so. Follow me on all the Twitter, all the Instagram, and all the other stuff if you guys want to. And if you guys found this video entertaining, I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out.